My name is Professor Baldy, and I run a school for juvenile delinquents. But not just any delinquents. Mine are specially gifted. You might even call them mutants. Trust a few reformed ex-cons. Tangerine.
Am I the apple of your eye, Bubba?
Jeannie Gray. Beastie Boy.
Everybody dance now.
Snow Cone.
Is it hot in here, or is it just me?
And their friends from X-Farce. Cable TV.
Eat remote control, frog face.
Garfarel. Meow. Dominoes.
This book has just the right amount of cheese.
And introducing the Newt Mutants. Beware the rest. Magneto. Mistress Piggy. And not at all breaking the fourth wall. Cesspool. Now, Parody Press Comics is back with X-Farce Reloaded #1. Don't miss this extraordinary comics extravaganza with 7 full-color stories of marvelous mutant mayhem. Back this book today for awesome variant covers and original artwork tiers. 48 pages of action and hilarious hijinks by some of comics' funniest talents. Parody Press, making the world laugh again. Only on Indiegogo.
I'd like to talk to you about some things that you ought to be laughing at. I'm having chest pain. I'm swollen and I can't get out. I'm having chest pain. I'm swollen and I can't get out. We're sorry. I'm having a heart attack. Heart attack. Heart attack. I'm having chest pain. I'm having a heart attack. Heart attack. Heart attack. And I can't get out. And I've eaten ice cream and apple pie, and I take my medicine. I do get high. I was scared to death, but I wasn't afraid to die. Come on, loosen up. Until help arrives. Help is on the way. I need help, need help. Help is on the way. I needed help. Are you okay? Help! I've fallen! I can't get up. I can't get out. I'm calling paramedics. I'm calling paramedics.
It took 8 hours for Life Alert to find me.
Life Alert saved a woman's life. Most likely.
Other round takes me where I wanna go, where I wanna go, where I wanna go. Other round takes me where I wanna go. Where will it send me? I'm having chest pain. I'm swollen and I can't get out. I'm having chest pain. I'm swollen and I can't get out.
There's no obligation form. There's no obligation form. There's no obligation for free information. There's no obligation for a heart attack. A heart attack. A heart attack. A heart attack. I'm having chest pain. I'm having a heart attack. A heart attack. A heart attack. And I can't get out. I'm having chest pain. Batteries last up to 10 minutes and need to be charged.
I can sing! I own this bass. I can play like Hop. That was a thing, right? Happy New Year! I want a lawyer. Is there a lawyer in the house? Ha 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 ha! Very shagadelic, baby. Yeah! Oh! Oops!
Plug the main out into the AC. I've got the steam pre to heat it up. If there's a dropout inside the timepiece, in the jam scene, we'll lock it up. I've been building it, planning it, dreaming it, planning it, jamming it, jamming it. And if I pull a switch and nothing hits, I'll do it all again. Right now, I give everything I've got. Journey with you, no doubt. I believe in everything you are. Journey with you today. In the undergrid, we're getting shaky. The excitement is in the air.
Hey everyone, good morning or good afternoon, depending on where you may be. This is Don Chin. Good morning. I've got my coffee here. Welcome to a weekend edition of Comics and Coffee. I usually do this show on Wednesdays, but we had a full show last week. I shouldn't say last week, but last Wednesday. The Kryptonolds, the crew that do the Kryptonolds were my guests, and we had a nice, almost an hour and a half long show with them. And sometimes if I have time, I'll open mail on that show. But this morning, I had so much mail that it just, I just felt like I gotta just take care of it and share it with you guys, because that's the fun thing about collecting comics is, you know, you either go to the store and bring back what you grabbed. You know, if you go to your weekly local comic book shop for your fix. Lately, I've been doing a lot of crowdfunding backing. So that means that I have to wait for the comic books to come in the mail. And it's an exciting thing when you see this big brown box come in your mailbox, because you know it's the things have come to fruition for creators that have been working on their comic book projects. And it's a lot of work to do a comic book. I mean, if you can come out with a couple comics a year, that's to me, a big accomplishment. But some people do more than that. Some people do one comic book every couple of years. But I know just from working on X-Farce, boy, I got a frog in my throat. Excuse me. Excuse me. Yeah, working on X-Farce has been quite an undertaking, and now BEARDZZERKER. It's yeah, hey Bill. Bill is our friend from Grok Comics. He's been on our show before, the Tribulation Task Force. We had him on, I think, a couple weeks ago on the Wednesday show, and we just got a big box of comics from Bill for his Tribulation Task Force campaign. I backed the catch-up tier, which got me all the back issues of his great comic book, and he threw in a bunch of nice, you know, rare cover comics. So, Bill, thank you. I still haven't had a chance to read the back issues yet, but I think I want to start with Tribulation Task Force number 0 and just kind of work my way up. And it's a big stack, man. So I thank you, and I'm really excited to be able to read this. So gosh, what's going on in your guys' neck of the woods? Everything cool? Feel free to comment in the chat. For everything that I'm opening today, I tried to put links in the description. So if you are interested in backing these, if they're still available, or getting them for yourself, you can just click on any of the links that are in the description for the YouTube video. And if you're watching this on a replay, you know, you can just look at it whenever you want. So let's see here. I've got like 6 or 7 packages, so we might as well get started. This is, you know, I'm planning on just going like about an hour this morning. People are probably sleeping in here on the West Coast, so I don't know if Saturday morning was a great time to do a stream, but I figured, what the heck, let's do it. So one thing that I want to show you that I already opened on a show last week was the Mighty Mascots package that I got. And so it's not really an unboxing, but I just kind of wanted to share it to you guys because it's so fun. Hi, North 3. Free, how are you? Good to see you. I like your icon. anything that has a rodent dressed up in human clothes is good with me, because I love black belt hamsters and geriatric gerbils and rootin' tootin' rodents, which looks like your guy. Looks like your guy is. Hi, SDA. Good morning. How are you? I love your icon too. It's like a cute little transformer. Who would win between North Freeze icon, which is a gun-toting rodent, and SDA's icon, which is a mini-sized transformer? I'll leave that up to you. That might be a fun comic book. So Grok says hi to you guys. Grok is, of course, our friend Bill Ropp. All right. So last week I got a really cool big package from Keith Gleason. Keith Gleason is the creator of Mighty Mascots, and we were on an auction show a couple weeks ago for Pete Samedi. Pete Samedi is the guy that does Alterna comics. And he had a vet bill that was pretty high for his cat. So a bunch of comic book creators got together and we said, let's do kind of like this charity auction to help offset Pete's cat's vet bill. So we did. Keith had this really cool package that he was auctioning. So I bid on that, and I think I wound up being the high bidder. It was like $150. So the thing that I got from the main thing in that auction was a really cool piece of original artwork. This is from, I'm not sure what issue Mighty Mascots. Keith did tell me. It might be like issue 6. He just had issues 4, 5, and 6 published, and he's fulfilling his Mighty Mascots campaign. So this artwork is by IAN WARYNTO. Ian is I think he's in Indonesia. So he's an Asian artist, and he's been the artist on all the Mighty Mascots books that have come out from Alterna. So this is an original piece. It's got Horatio, I think, which is like the Captain Crunch guy. It's got Snap, Crackle, and Pop, who are like the robots. And then the big thing is Boxer Bear fighting kind of a centipede-ish monster. So yeah, I'm really jazzed. This is the first piece of original artwork from Mighty Mascots, and then that's Keith Gleason's signature. So I'm gonna look forward to putting this in a nice frame and hopefully putting it on one of my walls. So thank you, Keith, for that. So that wasn't all, though. He also said I'm gonna include a Mighty Mascot cereal box with this auction. So this is something that came with it. I haven't assembled it yet, but I might as well. So you've got like it looks like your classic Kellogg's cereal box from the growing up in our childhood, and it's nice thick, stock. It's got a cutout mask on the back, and it's got the nutritional facts of what their intelligence is, their strength, etc. So this is really cool, and I'm going to go ahead and assemble it so you guys can see what it looks like when it's put together, if I can figure this out. Okay, so that's the top and the bottom. I'll have to put this on display on my back cabinet. Cool. So after you assemble it, you can put whatever you want, comic books or real cereal in there. So anyways, Keith, thank you. That's also signed by him. I really love Mighty Mascots. So if you haven't checked it out, you can go to alternacomics.com or to Keith's own website, which is heroenvy.com. And you can get your own Mighty Mascot stuff. And then a really cool thing on top of that was Keith's wife, Amy, who's a very talented artist in her own right. She did this cool Boxer Bear, kind of a homage to the Icy Bear, the Icy Slurpee type drinks that we used to get as kids. Or I think they still serve them in some restaurants and stuff. So this is the boxer bear as the icy bear. And that's an actual piece of artwork that Amy drew as part of this auction. So Amy, if you're watching this or on a replay, that this is really nice. And Amy does these, she's known on the convention circuit back east. She'll take My Little Ponies and she'll tweak them so they look like they're like monsters and dragons and stuff. And Keith has shown me some. There's one that kind of looked like the Demogorgon from Stranger Things. So if you can imagine a My Little Pony body, but with a Demogorgon head that looks like it's going to eat you, it's real interesting and kind of a little bit freaky when you see these. But I think she sells them like for $500 or something because they're like one of a kind. Yes, thank you SDA for posting that. You know, I should make you you and Grok. I'll make you guys what do you call it? Moderators. Okay, so let me see here. I'm going to give you a wrench, Grok, so you can go ahead and post links. And then SDA, I'm going to add you as a moderator. And North Free, I'm going to trust you, man. So I'm going to make you a moderator. I'm just handing out wrenches in big groups today. So that means that you guys can post links. So if I'm mentioning something or something that you guys like that's, you know, appropriate for most ages, you can go ahead and put the links in there. But Bill, you have a great line of comic books, so feel free to, you know, toot your own horn. I love to see more sales for you. So yeah, you guys have wrenches. Grok likes the icy bear. I like that. So you guys are, yeah, happy early Christmas to you guys. The wrenches. All right, so guys, let's get into this more stuff. It's already almost 15 after my time. So let's look at this guy. I kind of opened these with an X-Acto blade. So this one came to me from Andy Smith. Andy Smith is, of course, the guy that does First Man. He's worked on DC. He's worked at Marvel. So he sent me a package a couple weeks ago. So I'm surprised to get a second one from him because he sent me First Man, which is his latest graphic novel. Oh, this is what, oh man, I forgot about this. In the same auction for Pete, there was a Walking Dead sketch cover offered. So what happens is they'll print these covers, Image Comics does, and they're blank. So all they come with is like a cardstock cover that's basically just white, and an artist can draw on it. So you can see like the back cover is blank, and then this was blank, but then Andy drew a really cool Batman. This is an original artwork piece right on there. Actually kind of looks a little bit like Frank Miller, you know. But I saw this for sale on the auction, and so Andy, you know, he signed it, and I'm gonna have to definitely put this on display. So thank you, Andy. I was wondering what you sent me because I said you've already sent me First Man, and I don't think you don't have another campaign going right now. So Andy, thank you. Pete Smetti, thank you for offering these really cool items, the Mighty Mascots and the Walking Dead sketch cover. So that's from Andy Smith. And I think I put his link in there. Oh, really? Andy's at Hickory Comic Con right now. Hickory. That must be that's probably North Carolina, right, guys? I think he's over there in the Carolinas. I used to live in Virginia, which is, you know, right above it. Yeah, Andy lives in North Carolina, Charlotte. So they used to do like HeroCon over there, right? In North Carolina. I don't know if they still do that. It was like something they used to advertise a lot. And yeah, definitely subscribe to Andy's channel. Andy and his friend Dennis have a great show. They've had me on there before, and they talk about comics and they do unboxings. They've reviewed X-Farce before, which is cool. All right, so let's see what else we got here, guys. This one, okay. So this one I wasn't sure when I first got. I'm going to cover up my address so you guys don't come in and stalk me. But yeah, it said Braley Image Group Studios. I was thinking, who's Braley? And it sat on my counter for a few days. I'm going, I don't remember doing anything with a Chris Braley, but it kind of sounded a little familiar. So I put 2 and 2 together, and I looked through some of the campaigns that I had backed a few months ago, and I said, this is Florida Man, which is by Mike Barron, and Chris Braley is the publisher. Normally, I'm used to getting them directly from the artist or the packager, but I never really met Chris, so he sent me this, and so this is Florida Man. I've seen some people already unbox this. It was a very popular campaign. It was like I think he made like over $35,000, which for a crowdfunder, that's really good. SDA, thank you. Thanks for mentioning Bill Mouse. He's got his own channel too. Alex is in the chat. He's a Padres fan. I'm a huge Giants fan. As you can see, I've got the Giants cap behind me, and I've got my whole game room is nothing but Giants memorabilia. But they're still tied for first place, Alex, with the Padres. And you got to hand it to the Padres. They've really rebuilt a good team. I might have to just do a baseball stream one of these days because I'm a huge baseball fan. So let's see. We've got Grok. Yeah, you're putting his website up. That's no problem, buddy. You guys in the chat, if you haven't seen Tribulation Task Force, which is now being rebranded as The Remnant, you definitely need to check out. It's really fun superhero comic books for all ages. All right, guys. So here is Florida Man. Came in a Gemini mailer, so it's it's going to be in great condition when you get it. Okay, so they bagged and boarded Florida Man. It's thick, it's like a trade paperback. So you've probably got at least, maybe a 72-page book here. I'd have to count. And then in the back, they put in some of the swag that you get for backing the campaign. So let's check it out. It comes in a nice sealed bag that has its own adhesive. I'm going to have to invest in those bags. This last campaign with X-Farce, I didn't buy the bags that have their own adhesive, so I had to Scotch tape every single book, which wasn't that bad, but I kind of like the one that you can reseal. So yeah, it kind of has a nice kind of matte cover. It doesn't have any UV coating or gloss on it. This is by Mike Barron. I think his name is Todd Mulrooney, and then Martins and Salaza. So that might be like your colorist and stuff. But yeah, this looks really cool. Just came out April 2021. So if you don't know the premise, you can look on Indiegogo. It's still in demand there. It's about adventures of a guy that's a Florida man. He's kind of a rough fella that likes to wrestle alligators. He's I don't know if he's making moonshine out in the Everglades, but I like Mike Barron's work a lot. He's been one of my favorite writers for a long time, since his days at First Comics, and he did The Badger, he did Nexus, he's done Punisher, he's done The Flash, but he just writes these quirky adventures, that would make great movies. And so this is based on a novel, actually. He's got not just a comic book, but he's got a written novel for Florida Man. I think he's got maybe another one in the works, but Mike's very busy still for his, for being an older gentleman like me. So you've got a wrestling scene where they're chanting Rock Lobster. I think they're chanting some other stuff here that I just saw, and I'm thinking, oh, this looks like it might be like R-rated. There's a little profile with Mike. Mike's been on. He's been on some of my streams because he's written some Parody Press stuff, and so you could even in this book you could actually even pay and be written into the book. Like I think they actually drew people in for a certain premium. So if you back this book at a certain level and you sent them your picture, the artist would actually draw you into the comic book, which is really a cool thing with crowdfunding. You can never really do this with Marvel or DC, this kind of personalized touch. I guess the only thing that I could say that I didn't see it advertised, but I always like to see offerings where you can that's a little cheeky. So where you can get it signed. So I know how to get a hold of Mike. So if I ever run into him at a con, I would love to get this signed by him. So that's the comic book, Florida Man. And then let's take a look at the cool little extra items. So I kind of already showed you this postcard that kind of looks like the Copper Tone. It's a parody of the Copper Tone ads that we grew up with the little girl. I think instead of alligator though, it's a dog pulling on the bikini, and it's not like a full-grown woman. So sorry, it's a little PG-13 13 this morning. It comes with a cool sticker of a gator. It's blank on the back, and then you also get a Florida Man logo sticker too. So Chris and Mike, congratulations on your campaign. I'm going to go ahead and put that in back neatly. I was almost thinking, man, should I wear gloves when I'm doing this show? And then I thought that's ultra nerdy. But I know some people really, they don't want to get their fingerprints on there. Florian, nice to see you. How are you? Florian is one of our foreign international fans watching. I can't remember where you're from, Florian. You might have to tell me and remind me in the chat. I'm going to give you a wrench too, since you've been a faithful watcher of our show. So that means that you can post links now. Alex, what did Alex say about Gators? Yeah, it does kind of look like the Florida Gators. Alex, you're a sports fan. I did not know that. And I remember you commented on a recent stream, like who some of your old cracked, your favorite cracked comic book artists and writers were. And I was really impressed. You named off a lot of guys that used to work on cracked. So you must be of a senior age like me to remember, cracked from the 80s. Let's see, what else do we got here, guys? Okay, so this is from Robert Geronimo. And if you guys don't know who Robert Geronimo is, he is the creator of a very critically acclaimed, popular, dark fantasy comic book called Blood Realm. And Blood Realm is published by Alterna comic books. So I reached out to Robert on Twitter, and I asked him, I said, hey, Robert, I've heard a lot of good things about your Blood Realm. And I've heard like it's gone into multiple printings, and Geronimo. Yeah. So Robert, I've seen him on shows, and I like fantasy stuff, but I hadn't seen Blood Realm until just like in the last year. So yeah, Blood Realm. Hi, Shadowhawk. Good morning. So anyways, he sent me this package, and I don't know what is in it other than probably Blood Realm, but I don't know what issues. And so I said, you know, do you want to maybe trade? Because I have X-Farce that just came out and you have Blood Run. So that's kind of a cool thing you can do is you can barter with other creators if they have extra copies of their work. And so that's what I did with Robert. So I sent him some X-Farce and then he sent me these. Oh, these are cool. So it looks like about 5 issues of Blood Realm, and they're all signed by Robert. See right there? That's what I like about Alterna is that they give you a lot of value for your money. Like this is an 80-page comic book, and Pete and Robert only charge you $5 for it. And that's how I got into Mighty Mascots. Is I bought a sample pack of Alterna books, and in that, I mean, it was like $25 for the sample pack, and he probably sent me like a dozen different comic books or more from Alterna. So it's kind of like a sampler because I had seen Pete on streams. I really liked his vibe, and I said, let's check out what Alterna is doing. So what I think is fascinating about Blood Realm, from what I've heard, is that it's a black and white comic book, but it only has one color inside of it, which is red. So when you read this book, it's very stark. It's almost like Sin City, from what I've seen, like different pages from the inside. But what they do with just basically red and black and white is so cool. I think stylistically, it's really a nice touch. So Robert, thank you, my friend, for sending all these. All these are signed by him. I got issues 1, 2, and 3, plus collections. So I'll definitely give these a read. Back in the 80s, I did a kind of a dark fantasy called Enchanter for Eclipse comic book. So this, you know, this will probably be right up my alley. It looks, you know, a little bit like a Hobbit, Game of Thrones. So yeah, that guy kind of looks like the guy in Monty Python that loses all of his limbs, the Black Knight. it's just a flesh wound, right, guys? So Robert, thank you so much. I hope you enjoy X-Farce. I will definitely value these. I'll have to get one of those Alterna slip cases. You know, they have these cool magnetic locking slip cases that you can put your Alterna comic books on, and then you just put them on your shelf, and it kind of acts like as a nice little, you know, protective display box. So definitely cool. Thanks, Grok. Yeah, Pete Samedi, good guy. Also, half Italian, half Chinese. I was going to ask Pete, hey, Pete, have you ever had like chow mein with meatballs, real meatballs in it? Is that something like your mom would make? Actually, I've always wondered, why didn't anybody ever make a pizza that has Chinese food topping on it? But then I thought about it a little bit more. I'm thinking, yeah, I don't know what would be good that's Chinese on a pizza. I've seen people make street taco pizzas. I saw that on Round Table. My brother came into town and he said, why don't we try a Round Table pizza this last week? And I hadn't eaten Round Table for years. So I go in and I pick up the pizza. And right when you walk into the Round Table, there's this poster for the street taco pizza. And it actually had like Mexican flavored ground beef, which is fine. I've had Mexican pizzas before when I was growing up. We had a what do you call it? A Shakey's. Do you guys know what Shakey's Pizza is? I don't even know if they still are around, but that was a franchise growing up in the 80s. And me and my friends would always go to Shakey's Pizza. And they had this Mexican pizza. And what it was your typical pizza crust, but then they put like refried beans instead of tomato sauce on it. So it had refried beans. It had cheese, obviously. It had olives. What kind of meat did it have? I think it was probably like a ground beef or maybe something like that. That was part of it, obviously, because the tacos usually ground beef. And then they actually put shredded lettuce on it after it was baked, so you don't have like wilted warm lettuce because no one wants to eat that. And then it had fresh tomatoes that were also cold that they put on top of the pizza. And then they drizzled it with sour cream when it was all done. So you were eating it and it was almost like you were eating a taco pizza. And so then that kind of went away, that franchise closed up shop. So then I saw the street taco pizza at Round Table. And I thought, you know, if I was really desperate and I was a younger man and I could trust my stomach, I might take a bite of one of those. But, you know, I don't know about you guys, but I can't really eat Taco Bell anymore because it makes me, it makes my stomach upset. So I'm trying to be careful with not eating so much junk food. So North Free says, yes, refried beans on a pizza. I know it sounds strange. Shakey's is good. It was good. Is it still around in your area? What about? Let's see. Excuse me. All right. So Eric is here in the chat. Hey, Eric. Good morning, buddy. Eric's over here in the West Coast. Oh man, Eric, you just said what I was not going to say, but they say run for the border, but my wife says run for the bathroom. I used to be able to eat that stuff in my college days, and now I cannot eat Taco Bell. It is just, you know, there's a lot of rumors of what goes into Taco Bell. I don't want to make you guys, you know, upset here. It is an affront to decent food, doggone it. It is. All right. So guys, here we go. Let's go on to our next package. So this one is from the TUCCIs. The TUCCIs live back on the East Coast, and Billy Tucci has been a comic book creator for a number of years, and they are known for S-H-I. She's a samurai warrior, and this campaign was called HAIKYO. So this is one of the this is a print that Billy Tucci did that came with it, and then there's a bunch of trading cards and stickers that we'll check out. So she is fulfilling. And if you follow Billy Tucci on social media, you've been seeing him post what it looks like when he fulfills his campaigns. And Billy is like one of the best, most successful crowdfunders out there. His campaigns generally make a couple $100,000 between Indiegogo and Kickstarter. So we've been, you know, rekindling our friendship over the last year because I was out of comic books for a while. So I've been on some of Billy's shows, and he's let us use she in the BEARDZZERKER campaign. So this is the cover that I got, guys, which is she HAIKYO, but this is a glow in the dark cover. So the plan is, if I can remember, is I'm going to let this charge, like I'm going to put it in front of a bright light, and at the end of the show I will dim my lights and see if we'll see any glowing effect on this, because I think it's been infused with iridescent ink, and I'm in, like, it's 9:30 a.m. where I'm at, so if I turn down the lights, you're probably still going to see some sunlight coming through my blinds. So I don't know how dramatic it's going to look, but this is a great looking book. If you are not familiar with Billy, he is a very, very fine artist. He does women really good. He's really good at doing army type comic books. In fact, I think he did a Sergeant Rock series for DC. He's got a book called Miss Fury out with Dynamite. So Billy's just like super class act. I mean, he is such a pro. And so this is on really nice stock. It's got yeah, you can kind of see there's almost like a UV coating on the cover. That's probably where the glow in the dark effects are going to come into play. So if this doesn't look so good in the daylight, I will try to show you guys what it looks like at night. This was like a $40 issue right here, I think is how much they were charging. And I'm not sure how many of them that they did. But this is a great looking book, Billy. Thank you so much. I can't wait to read it and be reacquainted with She again. And Billy has a YouTube channel as well. Just not only for himself, but he's got another show that he does called the Pop XP with Niall Scala and Frank Amazing. And I've been on their show a few times. So if you like really well done, well written, well drawn samurai action, she is the one to get. And he's got, I'm sure, back issues still available on his campaign. Lots of different covers. So that's the comic book. Let's take a look at this is a nice touch. So it came in a kind of a nice bubble mailer just to make sure you don't get damaged during shipping. And I saw Graham Nolan kind of put a thank you letter in with his comic books that he's been fulfilling. I backed a book called The Chenoo that Graham did, and I thought it was a real nice touch when I got it that he wrote an actual thank you letter and signed it. I don't know if this is actual signature or not. I think it's just a pre-printed letter. So it's a nice little touch, that says thank you for backing, that we can't do this kind of stuff without the fans. And so I incorporated that on X-Farce. I sent out a little thank you, and I did try to personally sign those. So hopefully that was well received. So that is the comic book. Let's see if I can find. I was going to show you. Okay. So this secondary package is what came with She, and it's there we go. Let's see. Thank you, North Free. Yeah, you're a great moderator already. Might have to give you a promotion and make you wear a hat and a little comics and coffee, polo shirt. And let's see. Yeah, Billy is awesome. And sub to Graham Nolan. Yes, Graham's got another comic book called Alien Alamo. That's in demand right now. All right, so guys, here's the She print. Let me take down that little banner. Actually, I'm going to take down the mail call banner too, so you guys can see more of the artwork. So if you guys are wanting me to review your comic book, if you're a creator and there's something you want to send me, my address is scrolling, along the bottom. So just feel free to send that to me. And if I do another show where I'm, reviewing comic books, you can be sure that I will cover it. So this is a nice print. It's just a little bit smaller than a backing board. So Billy is like the king of, crowdfunding tiers. It's like almost every couple $1,000s that you back his book, he will throw in some goodies. So there's a good stack of things here that I'm going to show you guys. So you get, this is a temporary tattoo. And I would imagine that means she in Japanese. And you get a official Billy TUCCI business card. That's double-sided. Do you guys remember in the 80s, Patrick Nagel? When I look at Billy's work, I think of Patrick Nagel, who was a very popular print artist. If you look at the old Duran Duran album covers, those were Patrick Nagel art. I used to collect his prints. They used to be very expensive. So I just showed you a couple things, and then you get the there's a HAIKYO collectible trading card, and that's the back of it. So I would imagine because of that K logo that's in the corner, this was a Kickstarter exclusive. I think I backed it on Kickstarter. And then there's a second card. Also has the Kickstarter logo on it. And then there's another one. These are really beautiful. That's also got a Kickstarter on it. Oh, I think this whole, it's a, how many issue? Okay, all these are Kickstarter logoed. So this might be something that he made just exclusive to people that backed on that platform. So it looks like about 9 different cards. That's actually Deborah, his wife. Younger, she was cosplaying. And so they did an exclusive trading card with her. Thank you, Deb. She's really sweet too. She's a hard worker for her husband. But I mean, every single one of these cards is just so sweet. This is done by Jeff Chapman, it says. This one was by Billy Tucci and colored by Sigmund Torrey. Sigmund actually is coloring our BEARDZZERKER piece by Jim O'Reilly. And I'll make an announcement here on this show. Is if you go to beardzerker.com, which is our current book that we're crowdfunding, we have about 10 days left in the campaign. Jim O'Reilly's piece is the very first image you see on the campaign when you scroll down. It's a really cool Bill and Ted homage. And the plan was to put that in the book as a pinup or as a back cover. But Laura and I, my wife, we said, this is such a great looking piece. Let's go ahead and make it a cover. So what we're going to do is we're going to make that available for a limited time from Bill O'Reilly. Bill O'Reilly. What am I thinking? Jim O'Reilly. Shows that I used to watch conservative talk show hosts. Let me pull up the BEARDZZERKER campaign. So I think it'd be easier to show you. So Sigmund is an artist he's a colorist, and he works, I think he's like in Brazil or something like that. So let me share the screen real quick so I can show you BEARDZZERKER. Okay, guys, so this is our campaign with BEARDZZERKER, and as you can see, we are at $6,400, and our goal is $7,000 to get the book officially funded. So I think we're going to make it. I think there's going to be a good sizable push in the last few days of the campaign, and we'll be on different streams with Red Valkyrie, and the plan is also to close out on our last day with Michael Bancroft, which is an evening show. So it should be a lot of fun. So let me just scroll down real quick, guys, and show you Jim O'Reilly's piece. There it is right there. So I told Jim wrote me on Twitter, and he says, I really like your campaign. I'd love to do a piece for you, and I'll just do it on spec. So I said, sure, I have room. And if it's a nice piece, then I'll definitely put it in the book. So he turned in this awesome pencils and for me to look at. And I said, I wanted it to kind of be a homage to the Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure original poster that had, Bill and Ted on top of the phone booth, kind of looking like dudes. And so he turned this in. And then he says, I have this colorist named Sigmund, who I think, would do a good job on coloring this. So I reached out to Sigmund online, and he happened to have time to color it. So this is, the final piece. that they both did, and I really liked it so much that I kept on waffling on, how do I put this on the back cover? It's it's just so good. So the plan is probably to offer it in the last week of our campaign for a limited amount of time as a cover that you can buy, and it'll be $15 like the rest of the books that we put in this campaign. So Jim, if you're watching this on a replay or something, please let us know that we are really in much gratitude for your amazing work. Comics are cool. It's about something. Yes, we are so close to 7,000. So, all right. And also, that's a good reminder, SDA. My wife, who's our graphics wizardess, sometimes she says she's our graphics slave. That's Laura. That's my wife. And she's actually upstairs still sleeping right now. But if you want to buy Laura a cup of coffee so she's a happy camper, you can go ahead and give her $5, and she would be much appreciative of that. All right, so anyways, that's kind of a new announcement that our fans will probably be excited about, to know that this really beautiful Jim O'Reilly piece will be offered as a cover. So that would be cover number 7. Cover number 7. All right. So what else was I showing you? I was showing you the She cards. Yeah, this is another one. That's by Sigmund. Anyways, and then this is kind of cool. It's a round She magnet. Yeah, so anyways, thank you, Billy. Awesome campaign. One last thing in that box from him is a really cool die cut sticker. I have so many stickers. I should probably put them on my computer. But here's the thing: is I work on my computer that I use for both comic book work and real estate work is one in the same computer. So I'm just wondering if I put a bunch of comic book logos on my computer, if that would make people think I'm less professional. I'm debating that in my head. I gotta let my freak flag fly. I'm thinking about giving my comic books out as closing gifts as part of my real estate thing, because I am trying to say I'm a realtor by day and a comic book creator by night. So nothing wrong with that, right, guys? All right, so yes, North Free, that is correct. She's not a slave. She's not a slave. She is a graphics ninja. Hey, John Hervey. By the way, John is he fulfilled his Magna campaign, which is a great looking book. If you like adventure, you like werewolves, you like pretty female strong heroines, check out Magna from Beyond Time Comic Books. And he just launched Black Tiger. I think it's called Black Tiger Hidden Dragon this last week, and it's doing great. I think he's got quite a few $1,000s in backers already. And John is going to be my guest this next Wednesday morning on Comics and Coffee, the morning edition, which is Wednesday. So 9 a.m. Pacific time, noon Eastern time. Make sure you set your clocks to watch us talk to John and his artist Rod Looper live. And so it's going to be a two-parter. We're going to have John and Rod on talking about Black Tiger Hidden Dragon, and then we're also going to have Luke Stone, who does a book called Hybrids. So we're going to have two special guests this Wednesday, and you'll get to see what their campaigns look like, and you can ask them questions, and it'll be fun. So John, thank you for tuning in, my friend. Got a lot of good people here in the chat. Purple Smurf is here. Yo, yo, yo. Hi, Purple Smurf. Purple Smurf. I backed his campaign. Definitely check it out. Purple Smurf. If I made you a mod yet, let me make you. Yeah, you are a mod. So Smurf, if you want to put your link to your comic book campaign, you're welcome to do that. You know, anybody wants to promote their own stuff. John, I don't know if I've ever made you a mod. Let me see. I don't think I have. Okay, I'm going to make you a mod. So you can feel free to post links. Show your stuff. You know, you got to feed your family. That's what it's all about. All right, guys. So let's see here. What would be next? Well, the thing that a lot of people have been talking about in the last week online is comes from Ethan Van Sciver, all caps comics. One thing I like about Ethan's campaigns is, you know, he kind of puts that extra touch on things. And so when I got Cyber Frog from him last year, he had this really cool packaging tape for branding. And I think that just kind of adds this level of excitement, because unlike these other boxes, they're generic and, you know, you don't know exactly what you're getting. Ethan has this really cool all caps comics logo. So I looked into that, and so with X-Farce, we bought that kind of tape. So anybody that backed X-Farce, you would get your Gemini mailer with that cool packaging tape on it. And it comes from a company called Sticker Mule, which I'm going to actually show you some stuff from Sticker Mule. So when you get your tape, it comes in a big roll like this. And I showed people this online before, and they said, "Is that toilet paper?" Trust me, you don't want to use this as toilet paper unless you were really, really desperate. It's not very soft. It's like that. It's like that brown packaging tape that you guys would see that had like the nylon fibers to reinforce it. That's what this stuff is. It's actually very strong, and it doesn't come with a sticky adhesive backing. You actually have to wet it with a sponge. So you have to cut the length that you want, and they actually send it with these little sponges. See all the things you guys are learning, all the tricks of the trade. So when you get the Sticker Mule tape, it comes with this little blue thing. I'm going, what is this little blue thing? Because I thought when I ordered this tape, it was going to be like something I could just put on a packaging tape gun and just go to town. I did not know that I would have to wet it. So for X-Farce, I had to cut, you know, hundreds of these 4 to 5 inch strips and then paste them onto the boxes. So you get this thing wet, and it expands, and then you use it to rub on the back of your tape. And then you put the tape on the package. So just something that you guys thought you might think was curious and interesting. So that's Sticker Mule. I might as well, since I'm talking about Sticker Mule, I'll just open the Sticker Mule package. So if you go to stickermule.com and you want to buy, I mean, they sell lots of stuff. They're known for their stickers, but they'll do these coasters. So if you ever buy from Sticker Mule, they always send you a nice cardboard coaster that says meal sauce. And you can actually get custom coasters made if you want. So that's just a freebie that they throw in. So I placed a reorder for a recent sticker. Okay, well, you get all sorts of swag, even with Sticker Mule. They'll throw in like this cute little mule, die-cut mule, and then you get like their logo, so you can put that, you know, wherever you want it. So I told people on BEARDZZERKER that if you backed us, that you would get the first 35 backers were gonna get the Cat Stevens die-cut sticker. So I ordered like 50 of these initially, and after I announced that we were going to give these to like the first 40 backers, they went like hotcakes. So only within a few days, we had already had 40 backers on BEARDZZERKER. And I thought, these are so cool. And I really like Cat Stevens, and the reception to Cat Stevens has been so positive. I thought, let's go ahead and order like another 50. So until I run out of these, if you back this campaign, if you're up to like backer 70 or 80, you're probably going to get one of these with the campaign. I can't make that promise for everybody, but I just thought, why not go ahead and order some more of these Cat Stevens stickers for the backers. So that's what I got from Sticker Mule. All right. So this is the second to the last package, guys. This is from Ethan. As I mentioned, it comes in a nice Gemini mailer. Ethan's got crowdfunding down to a fine art. He's got a warehouse now and a van with like the all caps comic book logo. He's got like workers that are, fulfilling toys and everything. Okay, so this is STARBLADES, and STARBLADES is actually it was originally it was launched by Kyle Ritter, who is known by most people as being a really excellent colorist. He does all the coloring for Ethan Cyberfrog, but I had no idea Kyle was such a great artist on his own right. Some people are just colorists and they don't really draw, but this is actually Kyle's work on the cover. He's deaf, which is fascinating, and it doesn't affect his talent by any means at all. It's almost like Daredevil. Daredevil was blind, but just because he was blind, all his other senses were enhanced. And so with Kyle, I almost think, even though he can't hear, he's been blessed with, more talent than most humans have when it comes to artwork. I mean, this is awesome. Look at that logo. It's got like a gold foil outline on it. So this is STARBLADES graphic novel. It looks killer. And so Kyle was going to do this on his own, but I think he started running into like scheduling delays to get it out on his own. So then Ethan, I think, made the announcement a couple months ago that he was going to be the one finishing the publishing on this and fulfilling it. So yeah, this is a nice, hard spine, perfect bound graphic novel. I think this book was around $30 or something, crowdfunding wise. I don't want to spoil too much. You guys, a lot of you guys probably already backed this book. It was a big success for Kyle. But I mean, you look at this artwork, it does kind of have that Cyberfrog look to it, from Blood Honey. Yeah, so I think Kyle did all the artwork on this, like pencils, inks. I would imagine it would take him a long time, just to be, if you're a one-man show and other than doing the lettering, if you're the only one that's doing pencils, inks, and colors, it takes a long time to do work of this type of caliber. So guys, I put the link to STARBLADES in the comment, or not comments, but in the description. So if you like kind of sci-fi team books with just cutting edge artwork and coloring, Ethan and Kyle, you guys did a great job on this. I mean, this looks like, definitely better than what you're getting from most of the bigger companies these days. And you can see why Kyle is one of the most in-demand colorists in the business right now. I think Ethan said he's he pays them like $400 a page to color. That's not chump change. That's just completely amazing. it's so good. So this is volume 1. I don't know what the plan is, guys, for the second volume, but it's super cool. It's got like, you know, on the spine, it says who it's by. It has like the little all caps comics logo right there. So totally great job, Ethan and Kyle. Congratulations on the success of Starblades. Yeah, he's funny. I've seen Kyle on he kind of makes his appearance every once in a while on Ethan's streams, and he definitely has a funny sense of humor. You know, he'll put like those weird filters on himself to make him look like he's like a animated character or something, and he's a very amusing guy. What happened? I did not back this. Took, wow, 2 years. Holy smokes, that is a long time. Yeah, I think that you can't burn your bridges. If you promise something, you need to deliver, and hopefully it doesn't. You know, I think BEARDZZERKER is going to be a little late. We were hoping that it was going to come out in June, but Bill had some other things to fulfill with Near X. So I'm thinking it's probably looking more like July to release BEARDZZERKER. But yeah, 2 years, that's a tough one, man. I mean, if you plunk down good money and someone says they're going to deliver on a certain date, you kind of want them to be there like within like maybe a couple, 2 or 3 months late is kind of fashionably late, but 2 years, that's a long time, man. That's a long time. Yes, the color, Kyle's been busy. That's true. We need to clone him. We need to someone get his DNA and let's put him in one of those cloning machines, and you know, we can feed him. We can feed him well, and he can be a coloring powerhouse. They are triffy. They are triffy. All right, guys. What else do I have today? I have one more package. And this is from our good friend Preston Azevedo. Preston is working on all sorts of different things. He does a lot of guest covers for people. He's got a book called Six Gun Gorilla that he's doing the main artwork for, and he did a cover for our BEARDZZERKER campaign. Which let me show you that real quick. It's the one with actually, since we were just talking about Ethan, it's the cover with Rainbow the Brute. So I reached out to Preston when Ethan said it would be cool to do a Rainbow the Brute cover. And when I imagined those two characters interacting, I said, you know, Rainbow the Brute's kind of a fantasy character, but he's only like 6 inches tall. And I was thinking, I think somebody that could pull off like a Frazetta style would be the one that I would want to draw a crossover with them. So I'd been on Preston's shows before, and I've seen his artwork that he posts, and I just thought he's the guy that we gotta try to get for the BEARDZZERKER Rainbow the Brute collaboration piece. So I approached him, and he was all gung-ho for it, and he worked out the logistics on, you know, how do you get like Rainbow the Brute to interact with BEARDZZERKER, because they're size differential, because BEARDZZERKER is like John Wick sized, and Rainbow the Brute's only like the size of like an action figure. And he said, well, let me do I got an idea to kind of make it like the Frank Frazetta Death Dealer, but we're going to make Rainbow, you know, be the victor, and he gets to basically hijack BEARDZZERKER's cat. and he gets to keep his axe as a souvenir, his guitar axe as a souvenir of his victory. So we love this, and the colors on it are awesome. It's actually a physical painting, and Preston actually came. I asked him, do you want to make the original artwork available for sale on our campaign? And just in the last week, he got back to me. He says, "Yeah, I'll sell the artwork on the campaign." And he said, I want to ask $4,500 for it. And I said, okay. so we put it up on our site just this last week. So if you're a big spender and you want to get Preston's artwork, and you want to get what might be potentially the very first printed piece that will have Rainbow the Brute on it, you can buy that artwork for $4,500, and Preston would be very happy, I'm sure, and so would his wife. So I'm just putting that out there. We have a lot of other, less expensive art options for Beardzerker, as little as sketch cards by Bill Mouse for as little as like $50, or even original artwork is pretty reasonable. We have some tiers that are only like $150, and those all come with comic books. But if you are a Preston fan, if you're a Rainbow the Brute fan, this is a pretty rare opportunity to get some amazing artwork by Preston. All right. So anyways, Preston said, I sent you something, Don, and I've been waiting for this. And so we commissioned Preston to do that cover. And boy, this is a thick one. You can see all the stuff that he stuffed in here. Oh man, he like hermetically sealed this. I'll give it to you, Preston. You know how to pack some stuff. So I'm gonna have to use my X-Acto, my little razor blade. Okay, cool. Okay, so this is what Preston sent to me. It's all nice and taped up. Oh wow, I was not expecting this. He sent me this extra piece of artwork. This is an original sketch piece by Preston from like 2018. Thanks, Preston. That is so cool. I don't know what characters these are. I'll have to ask you. So that came as a bonus from Preston. Thank you, my friend. All right. So when we commissioned Preston to do the rainbow cover, he said, I'll also throw in some sketch cards. See you, Grok. Do you have to take off, buddy? All right, buddy. Take care. Have a good day. Oh, no. Eric, you missed out. You could have got like the pen and ink version for like $500, for $450. We had that on the very first day of our campaign when we launched. That we had Preston's pen and ink drawing of that cover, and that was a steal. I mean, it went in just minutes. Somebody picked up that the pen and ink version. And I had a feeling Preston wasn't going to let it go cheap. I think he kind of got some flack from his wife that she thought he wasn't charging enough for his artwork. So, I guess time will tell. So we wanted to show you this. This is some sketch cards, and then he did one that's kind of a bookmark sized on one of his drawstrings, which is the one that's in pencil right there. So we had a tier that was basically, you get a Preston sketch card and an issue of your choice of the comic for like $65. And we had only four of those to sell. And unfortunately, they're all sold out. So these are already committed to people that got that tier. So someone's going to get a pretty cool kind of a bookmark sized sketch by Preston where Beardzerker's like playing the guitar. And then these, I kind of saw him draw these live on his show. We did kind of like a Beardzerker special show a few weeks ago on his show. So yeah, definitely subscribe to Preston's channel if you haven't already. So these are the sketch cards that Preston did for our campaign. So that's Cat Stevens. And then Preston signs it on the back. And I'll put these in little protective holders, guys, when, you know, if you're the ones that wound up buying them. And then this is Dolphin. He's one of the villains in the book. He's kind of like Dolph Lundgren from the Ivan Drago Rocky series, but he's a dolphin, and he's from Germany. So look forward to Preston. All right. Thanks, SDA. Have a good day, buddy. Take care. All right. And then this is the last sketch card that Preston did of the mighty Beardzerker. Cool. Yeah, so that's going to go to some lucky people out there. And then as part of the bartering system that I've been working out with other creators, Preston did a book. He's got a book called Doc Salem out. That's, you know, kind of a supernatural fighting, you know, hero, and that looks really good. But prior to Doc Salem, his other crowdfunding book was called Rockabilly Road Trip, and I don't know if you can still get these or not. I think they came out a few years ago. So Preston sent me his Rockabilly Road Trip graphic novel signed. So I'm looking forward to checking this out. I don't know if this is full color or black and white. This is thick book. It says, I mean, look how thick that thing is. So feels like 100+ pages. It doesn't have a page count, but yeah, this is it's a black and white graphic novel. So this is one of Preston's first comic books. Preston works fast. That's one thing I like about Preston is he's very prolific, and he's super speedy, and he's one of the few guys that can do painting and penciling and pen and ink. So this looks like a lot of fun. You know, it kind of looks like a kick-ass dude with he looks like he has like a lightsaber, but with a chainsaw end on it. I bet he's going to get into some fun adventure. So that's the graphic novel from Preston. And then, oh, wow. He sent me Doc Salem. Okay, so this is Rockabilly Road Trip, one of, a single issue. And if you go to Preston's YouTube channel, they actually built a hot rod to promote Rockabilly Road Trip, because I think Preston used to be one of those artists that would draw on cars, like would do custom images on, muscle cars and stuff. So if you go to if you look up Rockabilly Road Trip on YouTube, it'll probably pull up a music video that Preston and his posse did to promote the book. And it's a real live action music video with actors. And he's got this awesome hot rod that someone customized that looks just like this. So it's like a next level promotion that that probably took a lot of money to do that type of promotion on there. So definitely, if you can still pick up this book, I'm sure Preston, you can hit him up on Twitter. His handle is at Nicky the Pipe, or you can just type Preston Azevedo and you'll probably be able to find him. But super nice guy. Preston, thank you so much for giving me the Rockabilly Road Trip back issues. And then the other thing that he sent me was Doc Salem. I'm sorry, this isn't Doc Salem. He sent me 2 different issues. Okay, so this is Doc Salem. He's a monster hunter. Now this one I think is in color. He uses like this blue masking tape. So I have to peel it off carefully before I can show it to you. I don't want, that's the nightmare of us collectors, is to have a piece of tape stick to your book, you know, and then you're worried that when you try to peel the tape off, you're gonna tear the comic book paper. All right, so this is Doc Salem. This is also a very nice thick book. Oh wow, yeah. So this one was his later creation, and it's in full color. I mean, look at that artwork. Almost kind of feels like I don't know if you guys used to read Mr. Monster. That was the Eclipse comic book back in the 80s by Michael T. Gilbert. But when I saw Doc Salem, I almost thought it kind of feels a little bit like he was also a monster, or Mr. Monster. Yeah, Mr. Monster was. So Preston, awesome, man. He's just so cool. He does monsters beautifully. Great looking book. This feels like it's, you know, at least 48 pages. And then there's a teaser that says, you know, pick up Six Gun Gorilla, which is his next book. And then the other thing that Preston sent me was a horror book called, I think it's called Nine Devils. IX is Roman numeral for 9, right, guys? So this looks like kind of like a cool horror macabre type book that Preston did. Hey, Pops, good to see you, buddy. How are you? Did you get your golf game in today, my friend? Hopefully you got some time on the links planned this weekend. Pops has a show called Comic Talk, and he has not just a YouTube channel, but he also has he streams probably more than anybody else in comics right now. If you go to Facebook and you look up comic related madness, he is pretty much doing a show every day, and he's got a con pretty much happening every month or every other month, an online convention called CromCon. And I've been a guest on that several times. Definitely a friend of our show. Hi, North Free. Yeah, definitely. Hail Pops. And then from the other side of the world, our friend Alex is in the chat. Hi, Alex. Good to see you. How are you, my friend? Did you get some Domino's pizza today? We've had Alex on our regular morning show. And definitely, if you haven't backed his book, Columns of Creation, please do that. He's kind of running in the same time left in the campaign as we are. And his book looks really good. He could use your support. It's a really rich looking book. And if you haven't seen it, please check it out. It's awesome. And Purple Smurf is there. Guys, I think I don't have anything else to show you. Did you guys have any questions about, did you really want to re-see anything that I unboxed today? Because I think that does it. That went a little bit longer than I thought. But then again, I am a hot airbag. Yeah, Purple Smurf. You guys hook up on this. Have Pops message you guys on Twitter. You can definitely book yourself. Hey, Purple, did I make you a mod? I need to make. Okay, Pops is a mod. Purple Smurf is a mod. Okay, cool. Yeah, Tales of Zero is Purple Smurf's book. I backed that, and it looks like a lot of fun. He's got Jeremy from Zaid Studios doing some work for him now, and that looks really cool. And Purple Smurf, hey, Purple Smurf, you still owe me the Black Belt Hamsters as the X-Men drawing. I got a space on my wall planned for that. Is there any way I could sneak Clint from the Hamsters into a few? That would be kind of interesting. I'll have to talk to people. Oh, okay. Eric says, can I pop the bubble wrap? Just for you, Eric. Where is that bubble wrap at? I had just, well, no, that's not the same. The sticker mule box is not the same as, yeah. Hang on. Yeah, that's a fail. That's a bubble wrap fail on the sticker mule envelope. It's like, I don't know if I want to take my She HAIKYO out of the bubble wrap, buddy, just to please your fetish with bubble. All right, Eric, just for you, buddy. There you go, buddy. There you go. All right, I got to save a little bit of the bubble wrap to protect my book. So, well, we like hanging with you too, Purple. This is fun. This is what it's all about, is celebrating this beautiful art form that we grew up loving, and we want to bring back the excitement, the creator-owned passion that people like Purple Smurf have, and all the people that I just showed you. You know, we looked at stuff from Andy Smith, Robert Geronimo, Alterna Comics, Mighty Mascots. What else did we have? Billy TUCCI, Ethan and Kyle's STARBLADES, and Preston Asevedo, obviously. So I think that's going to do it, guys. I'm going to, I don't know, what should I play for you guys on the way out? I'll probably play like the BEARDZZERKER trailer, and then a little musical ditty to send you off on your Saturday afternoon or Saturday morning, as it may be. I will be back again this upcoming Wednesday with my guests Luke Stone and John Hervey and Rod Looper. That'll be at 9 a.m. Pacific, noon Eastern time. We're going to talk about their projects, Hybrids from Luke, and then Black Tiger, Hidden Dragon from John and Rod. So until next time, guys, I hope you have a great day. Keep smiling. Be excellent to one another. And yeah, don't take any wooden nickels, whatever that means. Thanks a lot, John. I'm glad you were able to check into our channel today. All right. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and play a little BEARDZZERKER and then a little fun music at the end. So take care, guys.
Comics are totally awesome. And I'm totally awesome too. BEARDZZERKER has everything you want from a comic book. It's got great drawings, colors, great story. It's got great action, has a little romance, and it's about something. Not just any something. It's a parody of some thing. And I was like, well, I used to collect and I love comic books. And they were like, so, did you ever want to make a comic book? And I was like, yeah. And then Parody Press was like, oh yeah. So they made a comic book that's a parody of my comic book. And it will probably be pretty hilarious, because that's what a parody is. Or at least what it's supposed to be. You know, this idea of kind of like a rock and roll warrior. Someone in an altered state. Someone with a big guitar axe. Then a pet cat that's from the hood. Just out of control. Speaking of out of control, there's his beard. It gets bigger and longer throughout the book until it takes on a fantastical life of its own. It's like, whoa! So, check it out. If you do, I hope you enjoy it as much as I enjoyed making it. But honestly, I didn't really do that much, other than rambling on about comics and books. I mean, comic books. Wait, what was I saying? Oh well. Enjoy! BEARDZZERKER from Parody Press. Back it today!
Fucking hell!